Hello, it's been a while since I posted a video on some of the things that I actually make. This is one of my favorite Italian desserts, tiramisu. You start with six egg yolks, make sure they're at room temperature. Use your mixer just on low speed to add and mix 1 cup of granulated white sugar. You just mix it for about a few minutes, not that long really, just to make sure they're really mixed. And then you beat them until they're pale yellow. And of all the desserts I've tried, this Italian dessert is the best, I think. I love this dessert. Everywhere I go, I order this for my dessert. And of course, I make it at home. Yesterday, I promised my mom to that I'm gonna make this dessert for her, and so I did. And she actually was writing the recipe while I'm making it, and uh, and she when she tasted it, she loved it. As you can see here, it's getting like pale yellow. It's not that long. Maybe it's about, I would say, about 4 minutes. A cup of white sugar and six egg yolks, and there it is. As you can see, it's pale yellow and very thick. So the next step is actually you double boil it. I used a steamer. I used a small bowl. Double boiling is actually when you do that, you're actually cooking the egg and making it with the sugar, making it very silky. It's not going to take that long actually. It's about, I would say, about 5 to 10 minutes. And you can see the texture changes. It becomes even lighter, the color, and then it's going to be silky. When you have that texture, then you stop, and then you just cool it down to room temperature to continue. See, it's getting very silky. It's not that thick anymore. This is the right texture that you want to proceed with your tiramisu. So you just turn off the oven or the stove, turn off the heat and take it off the heat, and let it cool at temperature, room temperature. Here, as you can see, it's already cooled down to room temperature. I added a cup and a half of mascarpone cheese and 2 tablespoons of vanilla. A cup and a half mascarpone cheese and 2 tablespoons of vanilla. You can use your mixer just on low, not for long, just for a short time, just to mix all of these ingredients together. I'm using only low speed here on my mixer just make sure they're mixed together, the egg yolk mixture and your mascarpone cheese with your vanilla. You can add here your tablespoon of your brandy or kahlua just for a hint of that alcohol flavor. Well, the alcohol evaporates, but it leaves a really good flavor. Now you set that aside and you prepare 1 3/4 cup of heavy whipping cream. You when you whip it using a mixer, you use that whisk, and you start on a very low speed. You always start on a very low speed when you do the whipping cream. You're actually incorporating air bubbles in the whipping cream, so you have to start low and you slowly increase the speed. Depends on the texture of your whipping cream until it gets really, really thick and stiff, and that's the texture that you need. You can see here it's changing. There you go. As you can see there, it's very, very stiff already. That's the texture you want for your whipping cream. After you prepared your whipping cream and it's really, really stiff, this is the time that you add your egg yolk and mascarpone mixture. You fold it into your whipping cream. You don't have to use your mixer anymore. You want to preserve the air bubbles and the stiffness of your whipping cream. You just fold it really slowly, so the air bubbles, the air in the whipping cream will not escape. You're keeping the texture of your whipping cream. If you want, you can use your mixer on a very low speed just for a very short time to mix your egg yolk mascarpone mixture and your whipping cream. You can do that maybe just for a few seconds until all of them are mixed properly and you don't see any white whipping cream anymore. Separated, they're all mixed properly together. Now on a container here, you actually put a thin layer of your mixture of your whipping cream and your mascarpone egg yolk mixture. In another container, you place a espresso or instant coffee at room temperature. This is where you dip your lady fingers. Make sure you use the lady fingers not too soft. It's like feels like toasted or crunchy. That's a good one. So you can buy them at like specialty grocery stores if you cannot find them in your bakery. I'm using a glass tray here for my tiramisu. When you dip your lady fingers, make sure you dip them not for a long time, maybe 5-10 seconds only, so it won't get soggy. Just like that. Pretty easy. And you line them up on your tray until all the layers, it covers the surface of your, that will be the first layer of your lady fingers. Here I'm making 2 layers actually. Yeah, while I was making this, my mom was actually crunching on those lady fingers. She was snacking on them. It was pretty fun. I said, Mom, I still need them. This is a very strong espresso. No sugar, of course. It has to be at room temperature. Don't soak your lady fingers too much because it's not good when it's soggy. My tray was about medium, I would say, on one recipe only. This is only one recipe. If you want a bigger tray, you can double the recipe. There you go, that's my first layer. And after I line them up, I put another layer, thin layer of your cream there on top of your mixture. I let my mom taste the cream. I said, "Mom, this is really good. Try it." So she tasted it and she really liked it. Spread them evenly, all sides, and all the spaces around it. In case you're wondering, the espresso is only 1 cup. What I did is like you can use a really strong espresso. Is actually amazing. Don't put sugar in it, or you can use instant coffee. Use 1 tablespoon of instant coffee in a cup of hot water, and then cool it down to room temperature. And there you go. I'm doing my second layer. So you can see I dip it just maybe for 5 seconds, both sides. The ladyfinger is actually very crunchy, but when you leave it there with the cream in the fridge, it will soften with that coffee flavor. If you want, you can make your own ladyfingers. Thereafter, I put the second layer. I pour the rest of my cream on top. I leveled it. I covered it. That's a nice one there. As you can see, it's covered. I put it in the fridge for 8 hours overnight. I take it out of the fridge, and the next step is you sprinkle on top cocoa powder, unsweetened cocoa powder, or you can use dark chocolate. You grate some dark chocolate on top. I used it before with dark chocolate. It tastes really good, and this time I used cocoa powder. Sift it all over the top of your tiramisu, and then put it back in the fridge, or you can slice it, serve it, and add more cocoa powder on top. It's best when it's left overnight in the fridge before you put the cocoa powder on top. Here, as you can see, I got a slice of my tiramisu after 8 hours, and I added more cocoa powder. It tastes amazing, guys. You should try it. If you're just watching and you want to make it, get a piece of paper and write the ingredients. I mentioned them in this video. It is amazing. My mom loved it. I loved it. Okay, guys, I hope you enjoy. Try it. Bye.